Hey guys, how are you today? Today I'm gonna be talking about how to do live streaming on Zoom using Ecamm for Mac users. Also, I'm going to be talking about how to use the Stream Deck from Elgato, so stay connected. Hi, this is Juan Carlos Tafur from Innova Video Solutions, innovative and personalized video solutions, services to help you and your business to communicate better. Thank you for watching my channel. Also, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and leave me your comments. Also, in the box below, you will find information that is going to be important for you to check it out. So let's push into it. Okay, so we are here right now talking about the Ecamm app. So you can use this app for you to live stream on Zoom. This app is mostly for Mac users, so I'm going to kind of explain a little bit of the layout, how to set up things, and especially how to set up these scenes, and then you can use the Stream Deck from Elgato to have a better experience while you are doing your live streaming presentations. Before anything else, you want to download the app from their website. You can come here, visit the ecamm.com. They will give you a free trial for 14 days. And once that is completed, the good thing about this is they allow you to use the app completely. I mean, the whole thing. And they have different packages for you to choose from. So normally it runs around like $12 every month if you pay yearly, or if you pay monthly, it runs for $15 every month. That's for the standard package. For the premium package, or for the pro package, actually it runs a little more expensive. It's like $25, I believe, but it's up to you to check it out. One of the main reasons why I decided to choose this specific software is because previously I tried to use OBS Studio and Streamlabs, and unfortunately it was causing a lot of trouble when I was using both of them in Mac. So that's what I was doing my research, and I found Ecamm and it works perfect, so I really like it. So that's what I recommend for you if you're using Mac. Okay, let's start. We are here right now. This is the basic layout that you will find out. You have different icons right here where you can that you can click on and off, and each one of these panels individually they will appear or disappear. The scenes panel is, let's say, is the most important one, since basically think about this as layers. First of all, I have my default scene. Right now it's showing the camera. I'm using my Nikon DSLR camera. If you don't know how to hook a DSLR camera to do live streaming, check my other video, the one that I did on how to use a Nikon DSLR to do live streaming online. So check that out. And I walk you through the whole process on how to connect the camera, and then you can come back to this and keep going with the process. So okay, I have my camera connected, and I also have the camera right here. I mean, this one is a little blown because I have all the lights, so I don't like this one too much, but just for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to be playing with both, so you can learn how to set up the whole layout of the app. For this presentation, I'm going to be creating 6 different scenes. So let's create one. This one is the first one, and I'm going to name it. Let's name this one Cam and Timer. And later on, you're going to figure out why I'm naming this way, to help yourself, maybe to give you some ideas for your future presentations. If you want to do it this way, copy all this style, or you can have your own style. So I'm going to create a second one, and I'm going to choose my camera, and I'm going to call this intro. I'm going to have my intro playing for my company's intro. I'm going to create a third one. Again, I choose my camera, and I'm going to call this cam and presentation. Second, again, I choose my camera. I'm gonna call this cam only. If I need to just have that camera like I'm doing right now, and nothing else in it. So I'm gonna create the next one, and again, I choose my camera. And then I'm going to call this, let's call this just presentation. No, actually, I'm going to teach you something else in the cam and presentation, something that you can have either the cam or just the presentation itself. For this one, I'm going to call cam and Q&A animation. And then the next one is going to be the cam and social media. Alright, so this is how you create these scenes. Right here at the bottom we have overlays, and I want to have an overlay on top of this camera. So I come here on the second icon, which is the one that brings the animations, and I'm going to bring my countdown loop. So in this case I'm having this countdown. As you can see, it has a transparent background. It shows how much longer before the show starts. This is a good sample for me to show people a little bit of my behind the scenes, and at the same time people are like okay, they're paying attention when I'm going to be alive. So another thing, when the countdown finishes, I don't want just to finish and stay there. I want to disappear and then the camera comes out. So for me to do that, I come here and you have the different options. You have do nothing, which means it's gonna stay there once it reaches 0, or I can do hide. Once this thing is done, if I bend right here, once this thing is done, it's gonna vanish. Boom, there we go. So that's what you need to do, and I like it this way. And the good thing is, once it's done, I started talking and I start like introducing myself. Hey, this is Juan Carlos, and then I'm going to be talking about this, and nice. So it looks very professional, and it looks like you did your homework. If I go to intro and I go back to cam, the timer is there and it goes back again. So let's go to intro now. Right here on the top of the screen we have the cam part, we have the screen, which is the screen behind all these apps, and I have the option to choose a file to bring an animation, an actual animation, like it doesn't have to have a background, transparent background, and then it's going to cover the whole thing. So right now that's what I'm going to do, and that's how you do it. You don't bring an overlay, because in this part is where you have all the items that has a transparent background. So the best way to do it is I come here and I choose a file, and then I choose my Innova Leaf new intro, and I bring it in, and now it's playing. Alright, so we have my intro, and then I don't want this right here. So you see this little piece of icon right here that if I toggle or untoggle, it'll bring my camera or make my camera disappear. That's what you want to do. So if I go back to cam and timer, I have my timer, and then I come to intro, and then I have my intro. Pretty awesome, right? Now I go to cam and presentation. This is the part when you use this little section right here, where you can have your presentation in the background, and then you can have the camera right here. Now, let's say you don't want the shape of this camera right here, right? So right here I can have the little camera. In my case, I want it to be rounded. I want it to be a circle. And then right here you can just play with this. In the picture-in-picture shape, you can make it taller, you can make it a square as before, and just classic, which is the one, the original one, and I want it to be rounded. So right here we have the background, right? I don't have any presentation, but if I want to bring my presentation right here, let's say for example, normally I have a Prexy, I use Prexy, and I want to present, let's say this, right? So I bring this. Now you can see the presentation in the background, and I can also move this on the side of a different screen so I don't have it there, and then I can start playing with them. So I have my presentation, and I can just go with that, and having also people seeing me right here in the lower. I can just also move this if I want to. Right now I just wanted to leave it right here on the bottom left. Alright, so I have my presentation and I'm going to leave that on for now. So again, let's go back. I have my Ecamm timer, I have my intro, and now I have my Ecamm and my presentation. Alright, so let's go to scene number 4. This is Ecamm only. Right now I just have one camera connected, and of course the camera that belongs to the iMac that I'm using. I'm using an iMac Pro 27-inch 5K, but the camera, of course, because of the lights, is very blown away, and I don't really like it. So as you can see, let's say for example that you want to bring both cameras at the same time. There you go, that's how you do it. You have the little plus or minus sign right here, and you can just click there and you have both cameras at the same time. In this case, I just want to leave it the way it is for now. Alright, so I have my Ecamm timer, my intro, my Ecamm presentation, and my Ecamm only. Now I'm gonna go for my Ecamm and Q&A. That means when I'm done with my presentation, I bring now the section where people is going to ask me questions. Now I come here and I bring my Q&A graphic, which is the animation, and then that will tell people like, okay, it's time for you to ask me questions and for me to answer them. And one more thing, I forgot about something. Let's go back to Ecamm only, and I want to, of course, introduce myself. Want to do that, I just bring my lower third, so that way I'm just not introducing myself only, but also people are seeing my name and my title and the name of my company, so it looks very professional. So like I said before, if you want to do it this way, amazing. If not, at least I'm giving you some ideas for you to organize and set up your own style. And then I'm going to bring the social media icons. Boom, there we go. Now I have all my social media icons there, and people will know exactly where they can find me, either in my Facebook account, my YouTube, my LinkedIn, and my Instagram. I can add more, but these actually are the ones that I use the most. So let's go back to from the beginning. So we have the Ecamm title, the intro, the Ecamm presentation, the Ecamm only, with my lower third, the Ecamm and Q&A with the lower third that is telling people like it's time for Q&A, and the final one, which is the Ecamm and the social media channels, information of the social media channels. Also, you can toggle in case you don't have the Stream Deck for you to change cameras. You can do it from this little icon right here. So you can choose the different scenarios. Now, let me just show you something. If you want to go like full screen, you just come here, enter full screen, right? You will see these little things around the screen, but you can just hide them by pressing these icons right here, or just click the X's, and then boom, you don't have nothing there. When you are doing live stream, the rest of the icons they won't show up. And let's just click escape. Let me just go back to my I just come here, these are the settings, and this will tell me all the different things on how do I need to set up Ecamm from the beginning. So let's just go a little bit on each one of these. In general, we have the play app sounds. It means when someone is commenting or someone arrives to your live streaming event, it'll click or do a pop-up sound or something. I'm not sure, sometimes I don't really like that. I prefer having this off, so I notice when someone is coming in, and then I salute them, and then boom, so I don't get distracted. The same, let's say show animated reactions. These are like just animations, emoticons and stuff like that. Okay, show controls while in other apps. When you are on Facebook or live streaming on YouTube, you won't see the apps there. If you click here, they'll show up. If not, they'll be hidden. The rest of that, I'll say leave that alone. With the account, well, you have your account. The stream, you can choose the stream size. Alright, This is very important. In most cases, Facebook and YouTube cannot restrict the quality or the stream size that most people are using. I don't believe they allow people to use 4K or higher than HD. I think you have to have certain permission for you to do it. Go with the higher one if you want to, but I think they will just allow you to do it in HD. So that's why I have just high HD. The stream shape, of course, the 69 ratio, the frame rate 30 frames per second, and I'm using high quality video mode and high quality audio mode. For my video, I'm choosing the of course the camera that I'm the one that I have, and then I had this just I didn't touch this. This was the default, so I just leave those options alone. In the audio, this is very important. Use echo cancellation. What this means is sometimes when you are using a microphone and it's kind of bouncing back, you don't want that. You don't want to hear yourself when you're talking. So and sometimes that happens, and then I choose this to be off. That way I don't have that bouncing back sound when I'm using a microphone. And then the rest of that is just the default settings. The screen sharing, the same thing. If I want to include, let me show you something. Let's just go back to my Ecamm only, no, actually to presentation, and I'm going to hide my presentation so you can see my background. I don't have any icons, but let's say that I put some icons there. You don't see them, right? But if I do this, then you will see the icons. Let's say you have a lot of stuff that you don't want people to see, or you have a messy desktop. You just click here and boom, they'll disappear. Also, include the extra picture. Let's say you have a picture, a nice picture in the background, and that you don't want to show. You just click there and bang, done. You have a black background. Nothing to worry about. It's just that the background, it looks black. And then if I bring my presentation in, again, you will see my presentation with a black background. The rest of that is just include mouse cursor, so the people can see my mouse while I'm presenting. Of course, I want people to see my mouse where I'm clicking, and also how big the mouse is or how small. So I like it small, normal, so I prefer to leave it that way. And then on Facebook, the same thing. You have different options here. These are just the standard ones. I don't do that many stuff on Periscope. And of course YouTube, the same thing. Settings, the home settings, and of course also if you are creating content for kids, make sure it's made for kids. You click here, otherwise you know this, YouTube is gonna give you a lot of trouble if you don't specify that your content is not for kids. And then boom, we have our settings good to go, and this is the basic setup. Now I'm gonna go with the setup on the Stream Deck. One of the good things I really love about this is when I connected the Stream Deck with the Ecamm, immediately it recognized the equipment, created its own menu. I'm going to create a new tutorial to talk about in more detail about the Stream Deck. I have the Ecamm Live menu, and it was created by the software itself, so I didn't have to do anything. Initial part, I'm going to name this Ecamm and timer, and then I'm going to select the scene. So boom, one of the things I love about the Stream Deck from Elgato is that it produces the actual image, or the image that I choose to be there. That way I don't get confused. When I'm pushing the buttons, it's very clear, very easy for me to follow, and I just click here and I know for sure that's going to be the one that I really want to be on the screen while I'm live streaming. I go to the second one, same thing, intro, and then I come here and select intro, boom. And then the third one, same thing, come and presentation, and I'm going to choose camera presentation. And then on that next one, I'm going to choose cam only, next one, cam and Q&A, and one more to go, cam and social. If I don't need one of these, I just click delete. It don't ask me if I'm sure. I just click here, and if I want to keep moving the rest of it, like this, so I fill the empty spaces. In case I want to bring a new one of these options into here, and let's say for example I want to play a video, or I have another scene, I just come and get directly from the menu. I bring into the options one of the squares, and same thing, I name it, let's say for example it's scene test, and then I just choose from the options here. When I create something, the actual scenes is gonna show up here, so you don't have to worry about anything else. So I don't need this one right now, so I'm just going to delete it. And boom, you already have your Stream Deck ready to go. Okay, now it's gonna be time for us to bring Zoom, to show you how to set up the settings in Zoom. Also, if you don't know how to create a Zoom meeting, on my previous video as well, on the one that I'm talking about how to do live stream with an Icon DSLR, I can explain a little bit on how you can create a Zoom meeting, and how you can connect that camera and everything in Zoom. I already have my test presentation ready to go every time I need to test before I go live with people. So I start my presentation, right? And then boom, I already have, I can close this out, and I have my settings already, my camera selected and my audio selected. I want to share the part that says Ecamm Live. So I go full screen, I make my menus disappear. I don't want that. You see? But now I'm sharing on Zoom. If I want to bring all the stuff, now I'm using the Stream Deck device, and as you can see, I'm just making myself very easy for the audience to see and to check and everything. I have my presentation ready. I have my cam with my lower third, my cam with the Q&A time animation, and my cam with the social media animations. Just to mention something on this part, on this bottom part, you have to select which part you are going to be streaming. So I hope you guys like this tutorial, and please follow through. If you have a question that I didn't answer to you, please comment on the box below and I'll be happy to answer them. Also, please follow me on my social media channels and also click the subscribe button. I'll be happy to have you subscribe to my channel and to know more about what I'm doing right here. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you next time.